What's up, everybody? So this right here is going to be benchmark review. The first one right here. I'm going to go ahead and start by, I'm going to work them all. Hopefully get it done within 20 minutes so I can go ahead and post this video. Wait, hold on, sorry, wait. Okay, guys, I'm back here. So this one basically, when it says simplify, you're just going to rewrite it. You're not going to do much to it. You write here, here. Okay, that gives me 3 times u, 3u, let's distribute, okay? Plus 3 times 2 is 6, then on the outside minus 6u. Clean it up. Since you have several of the same variables all over, put them together, that gives you a negative 3u plus 6. Same type of question, just need to practice distribution, okay? Multiply here, gives you a negative 4x. Multiply here, gives me a negative 16. Plus 6x. Again, I have several of the same variables, so I'm going to add them together. 2x minus 16. Okay, okay, so the tables, x and y. Find the slope and y-intercept of each function. So on this one, how about this? There's several things you can do here. But since it's asking me for a slope, y-intercept, and the equation, I have a table here. What I would do is use my calculator. So what I'm going to do is put this right there. Turn the calculator, put that right here. Okay, for the benchmark star test, you will be using the calculator. So this is, and the reason I would say to do it like this, I think it's real fast. So I'm going to get the first 2 points, if you don't mind. Negative 2 goes to 2. Negative 2 with 2. And this part right here, a negative 1 with a negative 1. Come to this left-hand side. Please do this move. Go to menu. 4, 1, 3. A goes on top. You see A goes here, B goes here. I go control left, parentheses, enter, enter. So there's my equation. Everything's given to you right here. Your M, negative 3. Your y-intercept, your B. Your equation, y is equal to negative 3x minus 4. That's it. Pretty easy. Guys, just in case, I'm going to say just in case you don't know any of this stuff, you kind of forgot, see this, if I click on it, it's going to go ahead and let you, what? You lose an attempt, no worries, unlimited attempts, sorry. Here it is. Find the equation of the line. So now in this situation right here, several ways you can do it, but they're going to explain to you what to do. Find your slope, y is over 1, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Get a point, any point, then plug it in where the y equals mx plus b. So you can find your b, and you have your equation. So anytime you do this, there it is. It's an explanation right there on the right. I'll show you the way I do it. I would do it, this is just me, okay? Now, if you go to the bottom, okay, so there's that one, right? This is what I would do. I would come out here and go to my thing. Now, just FYI, since you already have this set up, you can reuse it. If not, just start a whole new document. There's some spreadsheets. The coordinates. I need these coordinates. If you don't mind, no negative coordinate. This coordinate will be negative 4, negative 5. So negative 4, negative 5. This one here is 2, negative 1. Okay, 2, negative 1. Checking it out. Negative 4, negative 5. Come here to menu. 4, 1, 3. B here. Remember, A has to be here. B has to be here. Enter, enter. There it is. I already know that one is a 2/3. You should know that already. And this one here, I I've shown you this once. I'll show you again. So if you want to copy this right here, that one right there, that's a -2 1/3, which is that. But if you want that exact number here, because you kind of like torn, you can Control C, which is copy. Control C to copy that one. Highlight the cell. So, come here. Control C. Now, what you're going to do is add another page right up here. Control, add another page. Go to a calculator. Now, from 1 to 2, that's like go 2. You see, 1 to 2. Control V, paste it. Now, I want to convert that one. I've told you, any page you're on, you go to menu, and you go to the menu. It gives you a whole bunch of, I guess, options. So if you look at the menu, I had this thing about numbers. I wanted to convert it to a fraction. And it's going to say, hey, this number you want to approximate to a fraction. And this is just saying how far to carry the powers, or the number, or the decimal spaces. How about that? So there's my number. Sky's the limit. Usually, guys, or actually benchmarks, you're going to have a multiple choice. So you can really see which one it is. There's 5. So we're working on this one right now. I know we're not familiar with this. We've barely done 1 or 2 of these. So in this situation, when it comes to all of these, you have a power on each of these variables / even that number there. So what you want to do is you just basically multiply the exponents, okay? Multiply this one times that one, times that one, times that one, and times that one. You want to do that. That's it. When it's a power, raised to a power, you multiply the power. So we're going to have 20 to the -1, x -6 times the -1, it gives me a +6, y -9, z -8, all over 15 to the -1, x to the +4, y to the -7, z to the -8. Now, when it comes to this part here, I'm noticing right away, boom, aren't these the same thing? Aren't they the exact same thing? So I'm going to say they cancel out. Wait, they're not the exact same thing. Ooh, like that. There should be a positive. So yeah, they're not the exact same thing. Now, remember what we said? I said, yesterday, when you have a negative exponent, something happens there. When this is a negative exponent, it's going to go to the other side. This one goes to the other side. And when they go to the opposite side of the fraction, they become positive. So this becomes a 15 on top, and a 20 comes to the bottom. I'm going to break these up, guys. I'm going to go x to the 6 with x to the 4th. Here we're going to have y to the -9 and y to the -7. We have z to the -8 and then z to an 8. Now, the way this works out is you go out here, simplify the fraction, and then you come out here, get the top one minus the power of the bottom one. Get the top one minus the power of the bottom one. So you get the powers from the top, subtract the one from the bottom. This one here, I can divide them both by 5. It becomes 3/4. Over here, I'm going to have x to the 6 minus 4, y to the -9 minus the -7, z to the -8 minus an 8. Now this is all taken over 1. I guess I'll bring it up here. 3/4. So this is like the 1, okay? From here, this is the 1 on the bottom. The x's. X to the, what, 2? Over 1. Z, this becomes plus, or becomes, I'm sorry, y, plus -2. This one becomes z to the -16 over 1. Now, if by any chance they're negative, we can't turn that in. We're going to have to rewrite these two by throwing them into the other side or flipping over the whole fraction, I guess. So we're going to have 3/4 on top, or 3/4, and we're going to have x squared on top over 1. These now switch around. The exponent now is positive when it goes to the other side. Here, we're not going to say positive, but we're going to say in this situation positive, but when it goes to the other side, it's its opposite, okay? And we're going to have 1 on top, and then z to the 16th. Now, everything on top goes on top, so we're going to have 3x squared. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 1, 4. And then y squared, z 16. And there it is. I think it's pretty easy. Pretty cool flow of stuff. Okay, next one. Easy rule. Remember what this one meant here? When they're written next to each other? We basically get the x's, okay, same base, and add the exponents. Oh, another good one. So they all have an exponent, so we're going to multiply the exponent. Okay? We're going to have 2 to the negative 1, m to the 1, n to the 2, p to the 3. All over, multiplied by negative 1. 8 to negative 1, m to the 7, n to the 8, p to the negative 1. This right here, guys and girls, just switch them around. Since they both have negative exponents, switch them around. So I'm going to put the 8 on top, the 2 on the bottom. Here, I'm going to write it as m to the 1 over m to the 7. N squared over n8, p3 over p to the negative 1. Now, right here, this gives me a 4. This one here gives me m1 minus 7. This one here gives me n squared minus 8, p to 3 minus a negative 1. Remember this, that's over 1, over 1, over 1, over 1. That's just a 4 over 1. This right here gives me, what is that? M to negative 6 over 1. This one becomes n negative 6 over 1. This one becomes plus, and it becomes p to the 4th over 1. I'm going to bring it up here. Now, in this situation, they're all over 1, right? But the ones that are negative are going to go down to the denominator. As they go down to the denominator, they're going to have a positive exponent now. So this is a 4 over 1. This is an m to, gone. 1 now, and m to the 6, positive. This one's going to be n to the 6. And then over here, p to the 4th, positive, so it stays there. No hand. On top, we multiply it out. Multiply it straight out, becomes 4. 4 times 1 times 1, 4. P to the 4th. Over m to the 6, n to the 6. This is real easy. I think it's super easy. Okay, so we're going to see that as a 14 over a 49 of v to the 4th over v to the 4th over v to the 6th. Remember, this one's simplifying both by a 7. Okay, how do I know that? If you don't know how to do that, you should be using your calculator. Okay, dividing both by 7, you have to find that number. That gives me a 2 over 7. Now, when it comes to the v's, you want to come out here and get the v from the top, and then subtract the power, okay? Top power minus the bottom power. So we're going to have 2 over 7. This is over 1. And we're going to have v to the negative 2 over 1. We're going to write that 2, right, over 7. Now we're going to have a 1 over v squared, which now stops right there at 2 over 7 v squared. And I'm talking a lot. I am talking way lots. Here we go. A power there and a power there. Multiply the powers out. Okay? We're going to have 9 squared w squared. Okay, this is not too bad. So remember, when they're slope parallel, same slope. M1 is equal to M2. Perpendicular, we're going to have A over B to be slope of the first one. and I'll go M1. When it's constantly being perpendicular, the MQ is going to be to opposite of the reciprocal. What's the slope of the line parallel to this one? Slope of the line parallel is going to be M is equal to 5. Perpendicular, so that one right there, make sure you know perpendicularness. That is really 5 over 1. For it to be perpendicular, we're going to flip it over and make it negative. So for this one right here, M will be a negative 1. Oh wait, didn't we do this one before? Okay, the way I would do it again, get the coordinates. I'm going to get my calculator ready. Find the equation of the line, and I'll go on new document. I'm going to go to now, this in spreadsheets. The coordinates would be a negative 6, 2. Coordinates this one will be 2, negative 4. Come back to the side. Again, I can't emphasize come back to the side. Your life's a little easier. Any 4, 1, 3. A up there. B here. There's my equation. I don't know what I pressed, but there it is. So my equation would be y is equal to, remember the form is y equals to mx plus b. My m goes here, which is a negative 0.75 x plus my b, I wrote plus, minus 2.5. Okay, so I'm going to read this one. Kelly's Kaiko purchased a prepaid phone card at $20.70. Cost 20 cents a minute using the card. Credit C dollars left on the card after using X minutes. Okay, cool. How much credit left on the card? How much credit? After 20 minutes. 20 minutes. So 20 minutes, X minutes. So I want to plug that in. Use for X minutes. How much is left in the credit? C, if the card carries 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. So I'll plug it in there. It depends how you want to work this one out. I wouldn't think too much. I should do using my calculator, right? So then I'll have C is equal to 2075 minus 0.20 times 0.20. Okay, I would not freak out and use my brain. I would just use the calculator. I'll go 20.75 minus 0.20 parentheses, and then 20 minutes, right? 20, and then press enter. 1675. So right now I'm at 18 minutes, not too bad. And I'm at 12. I'm about halfway done. Slope of the line, this is a joke. Ready? Rise over run over M is equal to your slope. Rise over your run. Rise 1, 2, 3. Run 1, 2, negative 2. Rise 3. Run negative 2. There's my answer. 3 over negative 2. Find slope of the line passing through these 2 points. Now, sky's the limit how you want to do this. I can do this stuff because I've been in my head really quick, really easy. I know it's y2 minus y1. So 4 minus a negative 3. Then over negative 3 minus a negative 8. So this top part gives me a 7. This bottom part gives me a 5. 7 bits. If you don't like that one, then come to your calculator. Go to here, this is spreadsheets. Put the points in there, menu for 1, 3, look for your M. 15, let's look at 15. Okay, so this one again, I tell everybody, you don't have to read, there's a lot of words, but it's usually y is equal to mx plus b. Look at the form. So x is your t, okay? Y is your w. Now, when it comes to this one, they're asking domain and range. Domain is your x. So what's x? X is your t during t the next minutes. W, t the total of minutes. So t minutes right here. And then the other one, water, right? Water in the pond. There's this new trick I showed you right now on the calculator. It's pretty cool. You should try it. Turn it on. Get my here. And go to calculator, right? That has to be in calculator, and you're going to go to menu. 3, 1. And so. Just type it in there exactly the way you see it. Negative 2 parentheses x minus 4 equals negative 8x minus 16. This is the thing. You put the equation in exactly the way it says, right, the way it's given to you. And you got to put comma x. Reason comma x because that's the variable you put in here. And there's your answer, negative 4. Oh, this is a joke. X-intercept and y-intercept. X-intercept, boom. Y-intercept. X-intercept would be a negative 4. Y-intercept would be a 3. Oh, no. Somehow my Wi-Fi went out. Okay, let's go back on. Okay, 18. I would do the calculator bit. Go to menu 3, 1. I'm going to type that number, information, negative 5. Parentheses b minus 2 equals negative 9. B plus 2. And then comma. Since it has a b, I'm going to do comma b. And 2. And there's negative 2. 19. Oh, these are really easy. Domain and range, right? Domain. So the domain for this one is your x values, range, y values. So these are the numbers I would put. I would just put 2, negative 2, and negative 3. And put them in brackets. Range, 3, negative 1, 0, negative 8, and 2. These are like squiggly lines or brackets. They call them braces actually. 20, just like a 20, almost done. Okay, this is not too bad. I guess find the independent, right? Independent variables. Independent is your x values. Area to be painted. Domain. Let me see. So, age of the person, dependent. Oh, wait, independent. That's your x. Independent. This one or that one. Area, independent. Dependent. Okay, graph, domain, range. This one, when we first got this one, our first assignment, you got a lot of people that got it wrong. The domain, x values, -3, -1, and 4. So the domains are my x's, okay? That's why it gives you this stuff here. Range, my y values from a -4, I'm going to go up. -3, 0, and 4. Whoa. Okay, time out, guys. I have to go do advisory. Okay, so next one, find the x-intercept and y-intercept. Next thing, guys, x-intercept. Don't forget, x-intercept has several names. The x-intercept, come on, give me my pen. The x-intercept has several names. X-intercept, your root, your solution, your zero. Okay? So these things right here, you got to kind of come out here and make sure you know where they're at. X-intercept is the x-axis where a line crosses it, -1. The y-intercept, -4. This one we do need to know how to do. This one's super easy, this one. Okay, function. For it to be a function, it has to be 1 to 1. 1 to 1. Okay? But that means this one goes to 1. 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 Function. Goes to 1, goes to 1, goes to 1, goes to 1, goes to 1. Function. Just FYI, if you want to make this one not a function, then have this number 2 or any of these from this domain, any element from here, go to another. What do you mean? You see how this one? This 2 goes to 2, not function. But what they gave us is a function. Okay, so if you look at your domains and your ranges, when it comes to your domains and your domains are your x values. Your x values, okay? These are your x values in the beginning. They cannot repeat. Since this one repeats, it's not a function. Let me see this one. I don't care about the y's. I really don't. I just look at the x's. See this repeats? Not a function. Let's see 24. Okay, this thing, same thing if it's a function. Now, for the functionness, we have a vertical line test. It means draw a vertical line straight up and down. If it crosses it twice, not a function. If it only crosses it once, it is a function. Okay, function, all right, and then not a function. If the vertical line crosses it twice, okay? Twice, touches it once, twice. Is my vertical line not a function? Crosses it once. The functions, guys, are the blue points, the blue graphs, the blue stuff. Function, it only crosses them once. Each time I draw one line, it only crosses it once. When I draw this one line, crosses it twice, not a function. Crosses it once, function. Function. Wait, when I draw, this line's crooked, but when I draw my vertical line straight up and down, you see it goes on this one, crosses it twice, not a function. Last one, come on, let's do this next. Oh, this is a joke. I put this in there because when we did the first, I guess, test in the beginning of the year, I think I got this one wrong. What this here is asking me to do is plug in these values for x and then tell me what I get as my answer. And that's it. So here that'd be 5 times a negative 4. There's a negative 4, it's right here, plus a 4. For this one right here, it'd be a 5 times a negative 3 plus 4. Here it'd be a 5 times a 1 plus a 4. Here it'd be 5 times a 2 plus a 4. 5 times a 5 plus a 4. I want you to do the math real quick. It becomes 5 negative 20 plus 4, negative 16. Negative 15 plus 4, negative 11. 5 plus 4, 9. 10 plus 4, 14. 25 plus 4, 29. Negative 16 here, negative 11 here, 9, 14,